Hello everyone, I greet you in the name of God Almighty. My name is Silas, and today we have a very interesting video to react to by Dr. Suleiman. And he says that, what will the day of my death be like? What will the day of your death be like? Reflect on this and let me ask myself this very same question. All right, and then when we get down to the video, we are going to hear some of the advices that he has for us. So if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, before we get on to the video, I'm a theologian and I make this video not to discredit anyone's thought or opinion or even religion, but this is basically for educational purposes, and I believe that at the end of this video we all are going to learn from this. So guys, without any further ado, let's get down to this video and check this out.
The day of your death was written by an angel before you were born. And when that day arrives, the angel of death will appear before you. While the hands of your family that received you into this world were completely out of your control, the hands that receive you at death are entirely based on your deeds. The day of your death is a day in which you'll feel like you're caught between two realms. Do you have some sort of a feeling as a believer that life is about to come to an end? Some people do get a premonition of their death. In fact, if you look through our tradition, you find multiple dreams of righteous people right before they passed away. None so more beautiful than the dream of Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who goes to sleep with the intention to fast and sees the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr and Omar, may Allah be pleased with them, in his dream. And the Prophet ﷺ comforts Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu and tells him, "You will break your fast with us tomorrow, O Uthman." You also have the dream of Abdullah ibn Haram, the father of Jabir, may Allah be pleased with them both. And Abdullah ibn Haram wakes up on the day of Uhud and he says to Jabir, "O Jabir, I have a feeling like I'm going to die today. And in fact, I feel like I'm going to be the first one that's going to be killed in Uhud." And indeed, subhanAllah, Abdullah ibn Haram was the first shaheed of the Battle of Uhud. Something very recently, the people of Gaza. Many people don't know that thousands of people in Gaza had a dream before the genocide started, in which they saw themselves passing away. And this has become widely narrated now, and in fact, some of the people of Gaza comfort each other by reminding themselves of that dream that they had, because the end of it is Jannah. Do we have a feeling? Do we see a dream? Sometimes it is just a feeling, like a believer's intuition. اتقوا فراسة المؤمن فإنه ينظر بنور الله. With the believer's intuition, he sees with the light of Allah. And regardless if there's a premonition or not, everyone goes through the stages of death, but some easier than others. And there are good signs of a good ending. If Allah led you in your last days to give charity, to pray, to read Quran, to be of a cheerful spirit, all of this is a sign of a good ending. In one beautiful hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِعَبْدِهِ خَيْرًا اسْتَعْمَلَهُ. When Allah wills good for His slave, He uses him. So the companion said, Ya Rasulullah, كَيْفَ يَسْتَعْمِلُهُ? How does Allah use him? And the Prophet ﷺ said, يُوَفِّقُهُ لِعَمَلٍ صَالِحٍ قَبْلَ مَوْتِهِ. He gives him the ability to do a good deed right before he dies. In another narration, the Prophet ﷺ said, إِذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِعَبْدِهِ خَيْرٍ عَسَلَهُ. When Allah wills good for His slave, He sweetens him. And they said, Ya Rasulullah, how does Allah sweeten His slave? And he said, يَفْتَحُ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ لَهُ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا قَبْلَ مَوْتِهِ ثُمَّ يَقْبِضُهُ عَلَيْهِ. Allah guides him to do a righteous deed right before he dies, and then he takes his soul while he's in that state. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever says, La ilaha illallah, seeking Allah's pleasure, and this is the last of his deeds, will enter paradise. And whoever gives charity, and this is the last of his deeds, will enter paradise. There are so many stories of the righteous leaving in the state. When Omar ibn Abdul Aziz rahimahullah was dying, he brings his wife Fatima close to him. And she embraces him and he says to her, إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى الصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. Verily, Allah rewards the patient without measure. And then he asks to be left alone. And so Fatima and the children leave the room of Omar and they start to peek through the crack of the door. And they said that a light entered into the room. And the face of Omar lit up. And he said, مَرْحَبًا بِهَذِهِ الْوُجُوهِ لَيْسَتْ بِوُجُوهِ إِنسٍ وَلَا جَانٍ. Welcome to these beautiful faces that don't belong to human beings or jinn. And then he kept on reciting, تِلْكَ الدَّارُ الْآخِرَةِ نَجْعَلُهَا لِلَّذِينَ لَا يُرِيدُونَ عُلُوًّا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا فَسَادًا وَالْعَاقِبَةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. This is the home of the hereafter. We grant it to those who sought not tyranny nor corruption on this earth. And a good ending belongs to the pious. Then his wife walks in and she finds him dead with his hand on his face, reclining and staring with a smile as if he's looking at his place in Jannah. جعلك في العالم المتوسط بين ملكه وملكوته ليعلمك جلالة قدرك بين مخلوقاته وأنك جوهرة تنطوي عليك أصداف مكوناته. He placed you in the middle realm between his physical world and his metaphysical world to inform you of the loftiness of your rank among his creatures. You are a gem merely enclosed by the shells of created forms. When you entered into this world, you saw people laughing while you cried. Now it's your turn to leave this world laughing while everyone else cries. It was adhan without salah when you came in, and it's salah without adhan as you leave to indicate that your entire life was as short as the time between adhan and salah. And now Allah is calling you home. Out of the mercy of Allah, He made almost every cause of death a sign of a good death for the believer, even the ones that seem so difficult for us to witness. Uttering the shahada, dying while doing a righteous deed, dying in a fire, or dying by drowning, dying in a plague or dying by stomach disease, dying from a lung disease or being crushed or perhaps dying in a car accident, dying on a Friday, dying defending your life, dying defending your wealth, dying defending your religion, dying during pregnancy, dying during childbirth. All of these are signs of a righteous ending for the believer, as ugly as they can look on the outside. And as ugly as death can be in how it manifests to those of us still stuck in this realm, the beauty is found in where the soul sees itself going. And it's all in the blink of an eye. When you reach the height of life, He told you, وَلَا تَمُدَّنَّ عَيْنَيْكَ إِلَى مَا مَتَّعْنَا بِهِ أَزْوَاجًا مِّنْهُمْ. He told you not to strain your eyes towards what pleasures He's allowed some of them to enjoy. And He told you that it would be said to them one day, لَقَدْ كُنْتَ فِي غَفْلَةٍ مِّنْ هَذَا فَكَشَفْنَا عَنْكَ غِطَاءَكَ فَبَصَرُكَ الْيَوْمَ حَدِيدٌ. That you were totally heedless of this reality, but we removed the veil from you, and today your vision is sharp. With your eyes, you now see angels descending as light approaches, and they sit all the way at the end of your horizon as the angel of death comes near. With your eyes, you see the people you love bidding you farewell. With your eyes, you see the hospital bed sheets turning into a kafan, your shroud of death. With your eyes, you see yourself trapped in a body being carried, and now the soul is to be carried. With your eyes, you see that instead of medicine being injected into your body, the medicine is the ejection of your soul from your body. With your eyes, you see your soul leaving your body, never to return to it again. The moment of death comes, and the soul is removed. Your vision is blurred. The voices from the world become quieter, and a new perception comes that is straight from your soul. Before you even have time to experience the extreme trepidation of leaving this world, the angels descend upon you saying, "Don't be afraid." And before you can grieve your past and the people that are about to become your past, the angels say, "Don't grieve." And before you can even think of where you may be going, وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. Glad tidings of paradise, just as you were promised. Your body becomes still. You've lost the ability to move your limbs. Your soul rises through your throat. And just like that, you've moved into another world. What you are returning to is better than what you are leaving behind. And the reward for those who grieve you is even better than when they had you. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong, and to Him we all return.
Wow, that's a very interesting video. Just like how the topic asks, how will the day of your death be like? That's the same question that I'm asking you. How do you think the day of your death is gonna be like? After I have listened to this video, I have understand that it's not about me dying at old age or dying when I am young. It's about dying and having the right standing with God. It's about me dying proclaiming the name of God. It's about me dying, and then the last word that comes out of me is praising my Maker and hoping that I am going to make it to eternity. That's just the most important thing, and not necessarily about age. Now, haven't you listened to this very video, right? He talks about having a dream. What is your own dream, and what is your dream saying about where you are going to? When I ask maybe some of you right now, where do you want to see yourself maybe in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years? And of course, people will be dreaming of being this, being that, whatever. At the end of the day, you'd got to realize that 95% of the people are going to respond talking about the material possessions and then the positions they are going to find themselves. But few, or maybe just a 1%, will be the one that will be talking about eternity. Because the truth about it is, whether we like it or not, I am going to die. You are going to die. But nobody is even mentioning that, oh, I'm going to live my life this way, I'm going to live my life this way, so that if I die next year or if I die anytime, then I could make it to eternity. How many people have you ever asked and then they give you this type of response? Very few, or no one will give you this kind of response. So that is why we are putting these questions to you to reflect on it and ask yourself, where will I find myself if this life is taken away from me? What will now be my fate? That's just the question you should be asking yourself. Ask yourself this question: where will I be? Where will I be if this breath is taken away from you? Once the soul leaves your body, where will you find yourself? And what will your Maker say about you? And by what or some of the things that you have done, do you think that those things can be able to take you to eternity? That's why you need to really reflect on it and ask yourself, how is it going to be for me? What will I be doing? Since just like we listen to the video, it can happen at any time. It could be through plague. It could be through accident. It could be that you died defending something, or defending your wealth, or defending your religion, or even defending your children, or anything can happen. Just like how he's talking about the people of Gaza, of Palestine. They all dream. Even the people of the Israel, they all dream. But they have lost their lives due to this war that is happening. So where will they be? That's the question that is between them and their Maker. This can be happening today between Israel and Palestine. Tomorrow, it could be another thing different. That's how some few years ago it was between Russia and Ukraine, but today is Palestine and Israel. Wherever location next time you find yourself, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? You may not die through war, but then we have other things that you can die. But then if you die, where will you find yourself? But then what will be your standing at that point in time when you die? That is the dream we are talking about, and that's the reason why we have to amend our ways. I have to amend my ways, because as I'm listening to this video, it's also touching me too. It means that I have to amend my ways as a believer, so that when this soul is taken away from me, it should not be a thing of regret. At least for some of you should watch my video and says that when Apostle Newton used to be alive, this is what he used to say and this is what he stands for. Which means that I have to stand on the principles of God, which is what I am living in. And I want all of us to keep on reflecting in some of these values, because if we do, when the soul is taken away from us, at least we have a place to go and rest. Just like how we came in and then we saw people laughing, same way we will be going, and then people will be grieving while we laugh, because when we came in we were crying while people were laughing to rejoice to receive us. Same is also applicable. As we are going to be laughing while the people are going to be grieving. This is just how the life is gonna be. And I want you to return back to your maker. Please, let's keep on seeking for forgiveness from God. Whenever we sin, let's always go before him. The sins that we can remember, even the ones that we cannot remember, let's keep begging for forgiveness. And he is just, and he is going to forgive us of all our unrighteousness. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. If you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, you remain blessed and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.